The horse lowered its head as if listening to something buried in the ground. Old secrets, maybe, or the memory of thunder. Its mane, the color of dried wheat and rusted iron, shifted in the wind like a thought not yet spoken. I first saw him at dawn. The valley was empty in the way only forgotten places are. No fences, no roads, no apology for being wild. The air tasted sharp like stone and frost, and the light crept in sideways, painting everything in amber hesitation. I hadn't planned to stop there. Truth be told, I hadn't planned much at all. Plans had a habit of breaking lately, and I was tired of sweeping up the pieces. The horse stood alone near the ridge, neck bent, dark eye half hidden beneath the fall of his forelock. He wasn't afraid of me. That was the unsettling part. Most things either fled or challenged. He simply existed, solid and patient, as if he'd been waiting for the world to catch up. I stepped closer. The ground sloped sharply, the valley falling away beneath us, and somewhere far below a river moved like a coiled ribbon. The horse lifted his head just enough to acknowledge me, breath warm and slow. Up close, I could see the scars. Old ones. Life earned. Survival written in pale lines beneath his coat. "Mornin'," I said, because silence felt rude. He flicked an ear, not impressed. I don't know why I reached out. Maybe because everything else in my life had become untouchable. Ideas abandoned, people gone, courage misplaced somewhere between yesterday and regret. My hand hovered, then landed against his neck. Heat. Strength. A quiet certainty that hummed under the skin. That's when the wind changed. Clouds rolled in fast, dragging a shadow over the valley like a curtain. The calm shattered into movement. The horse lifted his head sharply, nostrils flaring, and for the first time, there was urgency in him. He stepped away, then looked back, not fleeing, not inviting, assessing. A storm was coming, not the polite kind. The first crack of thunder split the air and the horse moved. He didn't bolt. He flowed down the ridge across the narrowing spine of land, hooves striking stone with terrifying confidence. I followed because stopping felt worse than continuing to fall. The path was barely a path at all, more an agreement between gravity and stubbornness. Wind tore at my coat. Rain came in hard needles. The horse navigated without hesitation, body bending and straightening as though the land itself was guiding him. At one point he paused beneath an overhang of rock and looked back again. I laughed then, wild, breathless. "All right," I said, "you win." I don't remember mounting him. I remember the closeness, the rhythm, the way fear melted into focus. Together we moved through the storm, not fighting it, not surrendering, just adapting. The world narrowed to muscle and balance, rain and stone, the shared understanding that momentum was survival. When the storm broke, it did so suddenly. Light spilt back into the valley, brighter for having been denied. Steam rose from the earth. The horse slowed, then stopped, lowering his head once more as if closing a chapter. Eyes slid down, legs shaking, heart loud. The horse turned slightly, eye calm again, ancient and knowing. He'd carried me through chaos without promise or praise. No ownership, no debt. "Thank you," I said, quietly this time. He snorted, dismissive, affectionate, impossible to interpret, then turned and walked away, disappearing into the gold-washed distance as if he'd never been there at all. The valley felt larger without him, but I felt steadier. Some encounters don't stay. They pass through you, leave a mark, and move on. Like storms, like horses, like the moment you realize you're still capable of following something wild and making it out the other side.